Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm Jules. This is Stitching Jules Design, where we talk about mostly cross stitch. However, sometimes we have some other crazy things going on as well, which I'll talk about at the end of the video, including a trip to the bees this morning, which was interesting to say the least. So, what have I been up to this week? You guys can see the patterns behind me. These are some examples of my work. These are actual cross stitches. This is the lioness. Our baby girl feet, and then we've got our raising the flag here. And just so you guys can see, if you want to make sure that where is it, that those actually are stitches. I don't know if you can actually, how well you can see that those are stitches, but those are stitches. So, all right, now that you're all thoroughly and completely dizzy, let's talk about what I've done this week, which is pretty much just that. So I decided to start on a new cross stitch. I'm doing the batters, the baseball, the vintage baseball one with the pitcher, the catcher, no, the catcher, no, the batter, the catcher, the umpire. So anyway, I started on the corner of it, and that's as far as I've gotten. Still in a bit of a stitching slump, to be perfectly honest with you. So, but not in a design slump for sure. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys. I'm even going to do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to show you things that I'm working on that should be done later in the weekend. Primarily just because they're so close to being completely published that they should be published today. So, and today is Saturday. So hopefully you guys will, if you're interested, go take a look and see. All right. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Oh, okay, hold on. I got my stuff here. All right, so first up, let me organize. I didn't even organize this before I got started. Let's show you guys the stuff that's in color. Let's see here. This is actually, doesn't look like it's in color, but it actually is. So this is Seahorse. And Seahorse basically is about 8 colors, believe it or not. It looks black and white, and I tried to make it black and white, but honestly, like, it just didn't want to come out the way that it should have. So what's nice is, like, this area is not, you're not stitching between the lines on that, and you're not stitching like up in this area. So if you did like a multicolored fabric or just some kind of dyed fabric, you would, it would show up around the seahorse, but then through the seahorse here and up here. So that's one of those that really could be just amazing with the right fabric. Let's see, what are the totals here? So it's 225 by 254, so a decent size, but again, it's 9 colors. 9 colors, it's what the total is. So there's Seahorse. Let's see. And then another one I've got is, so this one is American Star. I call it American Star full coverage, and there's a reason for that, obviously. It is full coverage. This one is about 23 colors. It might actually be a little bit more than that. 225 by 210, and you are stitching everything. I really liked the look of it with the rust background, but in case you did not want to do that, hold on, time out, stand by. Oh, of course I didn't print it out. Hold on a second. Okay, I am fine. Sorry, I thought I hit the wrong button. I thought it started over. So, all right, where was I? Okay, so in case I've forgotten, in case you didn't want to do this with the full coverage, you can do just this and put it on whatever fabric you want to do. So with this particular, of course I didn't bother to write anything down about it. It's about the same size, obviously, but less colors to be sure. Maybe like 13 colors, 15 colors. I didn't write that down, I'm sorry guys, but it's sort of like just, it's American Star is what I call it. So you can see the flag in the form of a star. I don't know why, but it makes me think of Texas. I think this one makes me think of Texas. I probably should do like a Lone Star State, Texas kind of thing. But there is that one. So, all right, so there's these. And while I was down like at the computer kind of looking at some stuff and being like, I should have put this up on there, I found another pattern that I think is up on the stores. If not, it's going to be up on the stores in just a very short period of time. Tuba. Did I show you guys tuba? I may have shown you tuba. I just don't remember showing you tuba. And so in the realm of musical instruments that I've done in monochrome, this is tuba. And then we got our back page here that shows you everything. So let's talk about tuba for a second. It is 277 stitches across by 185 down. Oh, I didn't write. I think it's like about 13,000 stitches. It's not a terrible stitch, but there's the tuba. And if you wanted to give yourself more space on the outside, obviously you could just include more blank space, blank white fabric, or whatever fabric you want to use to the outside of the tuba, just to make it so that you can totally see that. I just kind of went right to the edge of the stitching because that's kind of what I do. Let's see, I got those done. There's one more color one that I need to put out. I think I showed you guys, I might have showed you guys this one last week, but it's not been published yet. I call this one American Campout. So now, if you're not from America, you may think this is truly like how people go and camp out, but we do not decorate our RVs, or recreational vehicles, in the American flag, although I'm sure there probably are ones out there, but this was just kind of cool with the American flag there. You got your little dog down here, you got your campfire, the trees and the mountains and whatnot. So, yeah, so it's just a nice little, almost a watercolor type look to it. It is a square pattern. It's 170 by 170, and it's, I think, about 23 colors or so. So not too terrible, not too terrible, and just a cute little. If you somebody that likes to camp and whatnot, especially if you have an RV, this might be a good cool pattern to do. All right, I think I'm left with just the new monochromes, and let me show you. Oh, I didn't. Okay, guys, remember you saw the steel railway last week was a lot of stitches. Well, I actually ended up cropping it so that there were less stitches if you want to do the one with less stitches. This has about half as many stitches and roughly half the size of the other one. And maybe I did show you guys this last week. My brain is just not working right now. Where is it? So about 17,000 stitches, and it's 180 by 220. So it is more manageable, but honestly, I like the larger pattern just because it's bigger. Go big or go home, right? But if you didn't want to stitch as much and you still like the pattern, then there you go. There's some good architecture type stuff in there. Next up, I like this one a lot. Another vintage looking bit of stuff. So this is vintage or old leather boots. It is they don't make them like this anymore, but I love it, and it's black and white, so it's just, you're just stitching the black. You can see that. You really can't. And boots. It's, did I not write that one down? Keep looking. Oh, no, that's pretty much it. And so I forgot what I wrote. I didn't write it down, apparently, so I apologize for that, but there's vintage leather boots. All right. And then I've got two monochrome patterns that just need to be added to the store. They're really close to being popped up. I would like a little help with this one. I need a name. I need a name for this one. This is basically a woman sort of dancing, prancing, whatever you want to call it. I got to cover up Linus for all these. But this is... I mean, it is, again, just black on white fabric, or whatever fabric you'd like. This would work well with anything. So what do you guys think? What name like jumps out at you? What do you think? Because I'm at a bit of a loss, which is why it hasn't gone up yet. So just put your comments down below, whatever you think it should be, and whatever honestly I feel like is most appropriate, I'll probably get. So there's that one, and then the other one. Honestly, I think I just printed it out among all this other stuff that I just printed out. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Let's see here. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. No, so let's see here. Basically, it's another version of a bee, and I just very well, nope, it looks like I don't think I printed it out, which is just weird. But yeah, it's just another bee, but it's a little bit more detailed because it's got, it's more of a 3D rendering of a monochrome bee. And I'll have to show you guys next week. Because I didn't print it out. So, but that's what I've been working on. Getting all the patterns done, getting more put up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been not much stitching, so I'm still working on that. Still working on trying to get myself back into the realm of stitching. I have been listening to books. I listened to Hidden Figures, the story about the computers, the women, the black women who were computers during the early NASA days, Boeing and basically who did all the math. And that was pretty incredible. That was pretty awesome. The book was not as good as I hoped. I really liked the movie, but the book did not go into nearly as much detail as I hoped it would. It just wasn't nearly as good. Now, what I'm reading right now, or what I'm listening to right now, is The Boys in the Boat, which is another more recent history book about a rowing team that ends up going to the Olympics in, was it 1936, 38, 36? Yeah, right at the rise of Hitler and all that. But Boys in the Boat, I'm like over 50% of the way through. That is an excellent book. And the reason why I like it so much is because the protagonists in the story, I mean, just like the Hidden Figures book, there's like two or three main characters in the book. And unlike Hidden Figures, the Boys in the Boat book just really goes into a lot of detail about just this happened, and this happened, and then this is what's going on. I mean, maybe there just wasn't enough resource material, or maybe the author didn't think that perhaps maybe like the math side of it, or I don't know, whatever she couldn't do. But yeah, I mean, the Hidden Figures was a good book. It's just, I felt like it was just missing a lot in terms of really digging into what was like the best part of the book, which to me was like the math and the ability to do all the math. And so, because I can't do all the math. So, listen to those. It's another book, but I've been listening to books lately. I actually just got a new pair of Bluetooth headphones that just hook right over your ear on both sides, and it doesn't have a cord or anything to it. And I've been trying to use those at work, or use something like that at work, just because reaching a point where I can listen to a book now at work. I'm kind of I don't have to focus maybe quite so hard as I used to, and so I tried doing that this week, and I was using an old pair of Bluetooth headphones, and I think I was sweating so much, especially in my face of my ear, that I actually shorted them out or something. They made this loud sound in my ears, and that was pretty much done. So the ones I got should work pretty well, and I can use just one of them at a time, which is really nice. So I'll be starting to listen to a lot more books, and hopefully as I do, I will get back into a rhythm with stitching. I say that every week. I think I've said that every week now for for over 2 months, but we'll get there. It's all good. What else is going on? We went down and saw the bees today. Today is my husband and I's our 7th wedding anniversary. And to celebrate, we went down to see our bees, the honeybees that my husband has been curating for many years now, probably about 5 or 6 years. And they're doing okay. But because we're down to one car now, we decided to become a one-car family. We took the little Honda Civic out onto the ranch and drove back to where the bees were, which, it wasn't muddy, it wasn't too bad, but the grass was like as high as the windows. So it came right up to the hood of the car. And thankfully we knew the trail back, but the trail was kind of overgrown, but we just kind of stayed on the trail and drove all the way back there, which was actually worked out pretty well. We were thinking we were going to have to walk at least some of it, but we ended up not having to. So that worked out pretty well. But other than that, just kind of hanging out. Enjoying the last bit of summer. Football season is upon us. We've got training camps opening. I'm very, very excited about that. And I just continue to kind of look for new designs, and I've got a backlog of things that I'm working on. It's just getting them done, getting them out and published. and out there for everybody to see. So it's just a steady process. I mean, it just takes a while for each pattern. But like I said, the ones that I showed you, most of them are already out. The rest of them should be out today. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that you enjoy your stitching, whatever you're stitching on. And if you have been stitching on one of my projects, one of my designs, or have finished it, and you have yet to send me a photo of it, which I would really love, something that I could use probably either for here on YouTube or specifically for my website, stitchingjewelsdesign.com. I like to put on completed pictures of things, or even, I mean, honestly, on Etsy as well. Put on completed pictures so people can see that things stitch the way they look. I mean, it's like one of those things where, like, when you look at a pattern, like, I don't know, like say the vintage boots, and you're like, well, that's not going to print. Well, I mean, look at the one behind me. That's a black and white, and look how good the detail looks on that. And so, I mean, I'm all about quality. I'm about quality. So hopefully that works for you guys as well. It's a little messy behind me, isn't it? So yeah, if you wouldn't mind sending me at stitchingjewels@gmail.com, that would be fantastic. Just the more examples of my work that I can get up and out there, the better. And just let me know for sure that I can use them, you know, on any place. I also may put them on either like a TikTok or probably not TikTok, probably like Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. So, okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. Have a great rest of your day, and happy stitching.